after Napheesa Collier went nuclear warfare on her ass yesterday afternoon.
Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything.
And Stephen A. Smith went in on Cathy Engelbert.
We got Stephen A. Smith on ESPN First Take, bombing on Cathy Engelbert, saying she needs to be fired.
The heat is getting turned up. The media is officially on Cathy's ass.
2 minutes ago, ESPN has just leaked shocking truths about WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. And after Napheesa Collier's powerful call-out, everything has changed. The league may never be the same again.
Oh, this was the day that everything changed in the WNBA. Can we call it an all-time rant, CJ? Would you call Napheesa Collier's words a rant?
No, because it was scripted.
It was so measured.
She's reading off of the paper, so I wouldn't consider it a rant. But
Napheesa Collier went all in on Cathy Engelbert, delivering what many called a nuclear attack on her leadership. The media immediately connected her comments to Engelbert's weak standing as commissioner, raising doubts about whether she could even keep her job after this.
After Napheesa Collier went nuclear warfare on her ass yesterday afternoon, Napheesa Collier came out. She very conducted herself very professionally, had her thoughts on a piece of paper, and she went all in.
Collier revealed Engelbert's shocking words about Caitlin Clark, saying the star should be grateful for the WNBA platform and that players should be on their knees thanking her for media deals. These remarks exposed the disrespect that fueled the backlash across the league.
And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top.
On ESPN First Take, Stephen A. Smith reacted directly to Collier's statements, demanding Engelbert's resignation. He called her response to the accusations a weak statement, pointing out that when a star player of that level attacks the commissioner, the league cannot move forward under that leadership.
Cathy Engelbert, the commissioner of the league. Doggy, Peter, Monica, let me say for the record, you should resign. You need to resign, period. Reason I say that, Doggy, is because when a player, any player, but especially one of that magnitude, attacks you publicly like that, that weak-ass statement Commissioner Engelbert gave is not good enough.
Collier explained Engelbert believed Caitlin Clark should be thankful to the WNBA for her success. This mindset, treating Clark as indebted rather than as the league's driving force, revealed Engelbert's failure to respect the players who brought unprecedented attention and growth.
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
Even ESPN gave rare coverage to the WNBA scandal, with Stephen A. Smith bombing on Cathy Engelbert live on First Take. He openly said she should resign or be fired, showing how mainstream voices were now demanding her suspension.
We got Stephen A. Smith on ESPN First Take, bombing on Cathy Engelbert, saying she needs to be fired. She needs to just resign if she's not before she gets fired. This is crazy. Asia Wilson destroyed Cathy Engelbert at the podium last night.
ESPN just released some shocking and disturbing news about Cathy. Rumor on the street is that Cathy is about to get the boot of a lifetime after the CBA negotiations.
Now, as reported earlier, rumor on the street is that Cathy is about to get the boot of a lifetime, bruh. That is after the CBA negotiations. Now, some people were saying that, it's clickbait. She ain't finna get fired.
Napheesa Collier went on an exposure of a lifetime, bro. Everything she had to say is looking very damning for WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert.
Napheesa Collier went on an exposure of a lifetime, bro. Now, no news has come out about her getting fined, but I will tell you this. Everything she had to say is looking very damn damning for none other than WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. That is because she made cruel comments about Caitlin Clark and others.
We just saw Napheesa Collier bomb on her in the exit interview. Coaches and players have been going at her, and Cathy Engelbert is under major heat right now.
Very, very quick and fast for Cathy Engelbert. We just saw Napheesa Collier bomb on her in the exit interview. We've seen coaches, we've seen players going at her. Cathy Engelbert is under major heat right now. The kitchen is very hot. Now we have articles stating that Cathy Engelbert is likely to be fired.
Cathy Engelbert has basically implied, we made Caitlin. Caitlin is nothing without us. And by that, she meant Caitlin is nothing without me.
And Cathy Engelbert has basically said, she is very much implied, we made Caitlin. Caitlin's nothing without us. And by, with that, Caitlin's nothing without me. Even though Caitlin Clark was, absolutely, if you guys don't know, she was offered $3 million, I think it was, to stay in college for a fifth year.
This was the day that everything changed in the WNBA. Napheesa Collier read a 2-page statement in which she criticized Commissioner Cathy Engelbert and the league's leadership.
Oh, this was the day that everything changed in the WNBA. Can we call it an all-time rant, CJ? Would you call Napheesa Collier's words a rant?
No, because it was scripted.
It was so measured.
She's reading off of the paper, so I wouldn't consider it a rant. But
this monologue.
Monologue is a good one. This is why I took Tommy West's rant, the painful one. Mm-hmm. Right. This was that, but more.
Stephen A. Smith blasted Engelbert's leadership, saying her response to Collier's attack was a weak-ass statement. He stressed that Collier's words were an attack on Engelbert's integrity and character, leaving no defense for her position as commissioner.
And my God, Stephen A. Smith never, not ever, put those other commissioners in the same breath, especially David Stern and Paul Tagliabue, two of the GOATs. Pete Rozelle, another one of the GOATs. Roger Goodell, yeah, he sucked. Adam Silver, he sucked. And I literally said yesterday, maybe Adam Silver should just take over the WNBA. And I can't believe I said it, and I can't believe it's actually an upgrade if he did.
Smith's comments were echoed by fans and analysts who noted Engelbert's failure to defend herself. Instead of addressing Collier's piercing accusations, Engelbert gave only a timid statement about being disheartened, which many took as proof of her guilt.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Stephen A. Smith again. And I don't even be agreeing with this dude a lot, especially when it comes to my Dallas Cowboys. But on this particular topic, he's 100% right. Fee attacked you. You, Cathy, she attacked you. She didn't throw no subliminals. She attacked you.
Commentators argued that Engelbert could not be trusted to lead negotiations, as Collier directly said she was blocking the league's growth. This left many questioning how the WNBA could move forward with her, still in charge when even its biggest stars viewed her as an obstacle.
Did you really see all of these things that Napheesa Collier brought up? I'm sitting back going like this. Girl, you got my ears perked. I'm listening because she got very, very specific. And for her to come, the commissioner to come back with that, you can't have her at the negotiating table talking to players. Basically, Napheesa Collier says she's in the way of our growth and our development as a league, not just on the player side, but on the league side. She's not good for basketball.
Engelbert's refusal to protect Caitlin Clark, despite Clark being the league's biggest star, became a central issue. Analysts said this failure showed Engelbert's lack of leadership and respect, fueling calls for her to be removed immediately.
Cathy Engelbert allowed herself to believe that she was the reason for the WNBA's success. Caitlin Clark should appreciate her instead of the other way around, which might explain why Cat Engelbert never defended her star player. The truth is, This is a league in desperate need of leadership. This is a league that desperately needs a commissioner to give WNBA players a dose of reality.
Smith warned that Collier's attack was a direct blow to Engelbert's leadership. He said the commissioner's poor response showed she had no credibility left, which was why media figures and fans alike believed suspension or resignation was inevitable.
That was an attack against your leadership. It was an attack against your integrity. It was an attack against your character. Against your character. And that's the statement you came out with. Listen, I've reached out to Cathy Engelbert's office. I said, you are welcome to come on my show today and explain.
Hey, Cathy, you better get up on First Take, girl. You better defend yourself.
All of these things that Napheesa Collier brought up, I'm sitting back going, like, you can't have her at the negotiating table talking to players. Collier says Cathy is in the way of our growth and development as a league.
It is not looking good for Cathy, bro. And I've been telling y'all, it was only a matter of time. And we got to remember this, because what if more stuff come out about Cathy actually telling the referees to, you know what, let it slide. You know, turn the other cheek when it comes to the Indiana Fever. What if something on record like that?
Something Cathy said that I am very familiar with is, we need more rivalries. We need drama. Many people insinuated this could be the reason Caitlin Clark has been receiving rough treatment, allegedly because of Cathy.
Something Cathy said that I am very familiar with is we need more rivalries. We need this. Basically, we need drama. She stated that during the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark big time hype when Caitlin was getting pushed around. Now, a lot of people have insinuated that this could be part of the reason why Caitlin has been receiving the treatment she has been receiving is simply because of Cathy.
It says officiating has been a big deal this season. Players, fans, and coaches criticized Engelbert in the WNBA for not taking action and instead fining those who spoke against the referees.
We heard Napheesa Collier address the officiating and all of that. So let's take a look at this portion of it. It says officiating has been a big deal this season. Players, fans, and coaches have spoken out about safety issues they attribute to poor officiating and have criticized Engelbert and the WNBA for not taking action and for the increased fines issued to those who publicly criticize the league's officials.
For some reason, the journalist tried to get Caitlin Clark's response, but Fee ran her prepared speech by her agent. That speech did not go out without Caitlin Clark knowing what was happening.
Caitlin Clark, for some reason, it says here, Napheesa Collier said she had a conversation with President Cathy Engelbert. And for some reason, the journalist, and you know what? They tried to get a quote. It is what it is. It is what it is. But and also there's no way that Caitlin Clark didn't know what Fee was going to say. Look, Fee ran it by her. Fee's not dumb. Fee is not one of these players that will say dumb shit without thinking.
According to Fee, Cathy's response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't be making anything.
Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't be making anything. Now, if there is one thing, one thing that can bring Caitlin fans and Angel fans and Paige fans together, it is that level of arrogance and straight up fantasy from the top, because that is delusional. And shout out to Collier for keeping the younger players in the league in mind, because they are the now, they are the future, they are the business. Like you said, CJ, like the players are the league.
The crisis was described as a 5-alarm fire, with commentators saying Engelbert could not possibly survive the CBA talks. They argued every player, including Caitlin Clark, had lost faith in her leadership, making her removal a matter of urgency.
WNBA's got a 5-alarm fire. I said it yesterday. You got a 5-alarm fire going on right now. I can't believe Cathy Engelbert is not already gone, that she hasn't already resigned. I don't know. I don't know how they proceed. How do you proceed with the CBA? If that is the leadership that when she walks into the room, every player in there automatically rolls their eyes, including Caitlin Clark.
Analysts insisted Engelbert could not be allowed at the negotiating table. Collier's statements showed she was in the way of growth, and the league's future was being blocked by her refusal to support its stars like Caitlin Clark.
This is sad, but it's true. Now, to get into the video, I agree with everything Stephen A. Smith just said right there, man. It is time for Cathy to resign. And like I told y'all in the video, I think she should be fired. Why save her dignity? Fire her ass.
Reports emerged that Engelbert was already expected to exit after the current CBA negotiations due to pressure from inside NBA and WNBA circles. But after Collier's remarks, critics demanded her resignation before the process even continued.
I think she's a wicked smart business person, and the success she gets a lot of credit for. But a commissioner has to have a personality element that can touch every constituent that they have. I think she's just lacking in it. Quote, "She's not a people person," said another source familiar with Engelbert. Quote, "That's not who she is. It has been an issue before CBA negotiations."
Commentators compared the situation to past leagues, saying no commissioner would ever survive such public humiliation from players. Engelbert's unwillingness to protect Caitlin Clark and her belief that she was the reason for growth exposed her as unfit to lead.
One of the biggest problems with Cathy Engelbert, she's always been afraid to take a stand against WNBA players, which is why you see players like Natasha Cloud who are comfortable going on social media and insinuating that Charlie Kirk was responsible for his own death. It's why you see WNBA players who are comfortable creating fairy tales of mythical racism.
The backlash grew louder as ESPN commentators declared Engelbert cooked. They emphasized that her inability to answer Collier's attack proved she had no place as commissioner anymore, with suspension or firing seen as the only solution.
I want to know how the hell somebody said something like that about you as the commissioner. Doggy, come on, man. I mean, whether it was David Stern or Adam Silver or Roger Goodell.
Oh, this would have never happened with a Roger Goodell, David Stern. Oh, hell no. Oh, no.
Everybody's forgetting about that civil rights lawsuit. Could that be the reason why? Because there's a pending lawsuit against the WNBA allegedly, and maybe the lawsuit will go away if Cathy goes away.
Because we all know Caitlin Clark's civil rights was violated. Everybody's forgetting about that civil rights lawsuit. Could that be the reason why? Because there's a pending lawsuit against the W. Allegedly, something could be in the works. I don't know. But I don't think that information got leaked to be just getting leaked. Maybe something is in the works. Maybe the lawsuit will go away if Cathy go away.
She's probably going to get fired because she messed up the bag. Ratings went down because she let players get assaulted and did nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's why she will lose her job.
We got to follow the money. She's probably going to get fired because she messed up the bag. She fumbled the bag. For one, she lost ratings. They gave them $2.2 billion. The ratings went down because you let these women get assaulted. You let all these injuries happen. You did nothing, absolutely nothing. You spoke out against it. I mean, you never spoke out against it. You allowed all these assaults. And guess what? You're going to lose your job for that, Cathy.
How dare you try to downplay the Caitlin Clark effect? She is the tide that has lifted all boats, and now your ass is about to be grass. Cathy Engelbert probably will not have a job for the 2026 season.
You overplayed your hand, Cathy, by trying to downplay Caitlin Clark and her greatness. And now, for you to come out and say, oh, Caitlin Clark, the WNBA is a privilege for her. The WNBA is the reason she's making $16 million off the court. You out of your rabbit-ass mind. You have lost your mind if you think the WNBA is the reason Caitlin Clark is making millions. Hello, Caitlin Clark was making millions at Iowa.
I don't think Caitlin Clark likes either the WNBA or the WNBPA. The Indiana Fever know everyone hates them. That includes the league, that includes Cathy, and that includes rival fans.
The WNBPA leaked her Rookie of the Year. So no, she's going to fight for the players, but I think she's going to fight for her team. I think she's going to fight. I think Caitlin's will be more focused on getting brand deals for the Indiana Fever than she would be about this new CBA.
The expectation is that she will no longer be the commissioner of the W. The WNBA pushed back against that report, but I don't understand how she can go through the CBA negotiations at this point.
She likely will not be the commissioner very long moving forward. And the Sports Business Journal reported that following these CBA negotiations, the expectation is that she will no longer be the commissioner of the W. The WNBA came out yesterday, pushed back against that report from the Sports Business Journal. But I don't understand how she can go through the CBA negotiations at this point.
There's such bad blood right now, animosity.
I can't believe Cathy Engelbert is not already gone, that she hasn't already resigned. How can Cathy be in the loop of the CBA negotiations when she's a straight hater? At the end of the day, you have a star player saying the commissioner is in the way of all of us. Caitlin Clark should appreciate the WNBA? No, the league should appreciate Caitlin Clark.
I can't believe Cathy Engelbert is not already gone, that she hasn't already resigned.
How can Cathy be in the loop of the CBA negotiations when she's a hater?
And that was her statement. I believe she should hand in her resignation.
I believe I can fly.
Caitlin Clark should appreciate her instead of the other way around, which might explain why Cat Engelbert never defended her star player.
Cathy, you better get up on First Take, girl. You're cooked. It's over. The truth is out. ESPN has spoken, and the pressure is boiling. Don't miss what's next. Like, subscribe, and share to stay ahead of the story.